muted, and there we go. So hopefully that is us. You can see me better this time, and hopefully I will remember to stay inside the square. So I'm hoping that this is now live, just kind of waiting for the stream to catch up, but it looks good over there. So I hope, yes, it seems to be okie dokie. One day we will just get there straight first. So it is more zombies, I'm afraid. That's what I decided to do, to try and get this horde finished so that I can prime and then get on to painting. I don't know how many we're going to build today or exactly what the plan is yet, but we have at least 9 to build. And so hopefully we can... Oh, I don't know why that's done that. Okay, and so hopefully we can build them together and have some fun, and you will chat in the commenty things and we can hang out and have some chill time on this Monday afternoon. And I am already way too hot, so let's just get started. I've got to remember to stay inside the turquoise box. We will see how, like, I'll be over here already, like, so yeah, so where we start in, I don't even know if I need this. Ooh, that's where that went. So I don't think you can even see this. So basically we have the males, which are torso, legs, head. We have the females, which are bodies, arms, heads. We have the special characters, which I'm leaving the back pieces off for now. But they are grave carriers, so I might call them like back carriers, or sometimes I might refer to these as zombies instead of deadwalkers. It's just kind of what I'm going to comfortable with. I do intend to kitbash most of this, so it won't be necessarily true to what's involved. And I have already stolen a pair of the male legs so that I could make an alternative zombie. So I did 11 so far. There's 9 left to go, and I also might end up doing some like heads and torsos or something, so I end up having a few more. Still not too sure about if I am or I'm not in keeping the knight in, because there is a knight character. Technically there's 2. They just don't really go with the vibe, so we will see if he makes it in or if he ends up being like a standalone piece. And like I said, there are 2 of them. I've built 1, so we will see from there. So I am going to keep referencing the sheet, even though we are doing a kitbash thing, so we can just kind of pick and go, really. So we did the pitchfork guy, and what I might do is, so I don't end up having 2 characters with pitchforks, is like cut the pitchfork out or try and make it a little bit different. So I'm going to start with that one and see where we go from that. See where we go from that. So I do think I have a plan, Pete. Like, I think I know what I'm doing, she says. But anything is possible, so it could all go to, yeah, the dogs. Literally. So speaking of dogs, you might hear them. That's the thing that happens. But my partner is home today, so he is trying to keep them quiet, but that's not always possible. So we're going to start out with that torso, and then what we're going to put with that torso. I should have, I mean, they're right there. I was going to say I should have brought them with me so I can remember what legs we did with what. But I don't think it matters too much, as long as, yeah. So I'm assuming you can all hear me okay. And if you are subscribed, you can chat in the comments, which will help me massively, not just sit here and waffle on too much. So yeah, I don't have a passport. I need to sort that out. I really need to sort that out. I have one. It's just, it ran out in 2016. But according to the website, you can still use it as ID. You just can't use it to travel. Learned that this week. Have you seen the new passports though? They're really snazzy. The new UK ones, they're blue, not that burgundy colour. And what am I doing? I don't know. Where did it go there? They're blue, not that burgundy colour, and they've got like a Scottish thistle on the back of them, and the details now in the front, not the back. And it's all plastic and holographic, and it's really quite cool. Stuart got a new one last week because the dogs ate his. So, and I don't know what I've done there, but yep, those two pieces don't go together without cutting that piece. So, here we go. Yeah. Is that you agreeing to have seen the new passports? So, but I am actually kind of jealous and I kind of want one. Just to have one. It's kind of like a FOMO thing. I don't need it, but I want it. I do have a driving provisional though. So, right, let's see. This torso isn't going to fit on this pair of legs. It's meant to, but like I want to do it like twisted, not how it's meant to. That's what I meant to say there. And I think we're going to remove the arm with the pitchfork. That can go over there. Oh, I didn't mean to toss that. So I am just going to have some fun, see what we build, see what we make. I have just realised I'm working outside of the square, aren't I? So now I'm working over here instead of... I will get there. I will. And I'm hoping the square is a reminder that I'm supposed to be in a certain place. So I wanted to kind of... Oh, I should use the spray glue actually. Let's go. Oh, that's stuck on there. So what's new? You got another year on your passport before you have to renew it. Oh, the new ones are so pretty. They're so expensive though. Like, I don't ever remember them being like as expensive as they are. I'm trying to get this to like glue on at a jaunty angle, like he's like really twisted. Because I don't want to just conform to the same sort of what the box says is what you do. No, I don't know if this is going to glue. It might have issues. So we can fix that with a decent sandstick. And we'll just remove some of the material. So there's going to be a lot of you seeing the top of my head, which I know is probably not ideal. But I haven't really figured out a better camera angle, but I think it'll be better than what it was on my first live stream, theoretically. Because I think that was more you seeing over my head and stuff that was over there, and it was seeing me right here. Okay. I still want to glue this at like twisted. Maybe that'll hold. So the main problem with like this is obviously going to be that you have to watch me hold while glue dries, and that's not a very exciting thing. So I'm hoping more people will chat in the chat and help Pete out, so Pete doesn't have to be the one carrying my live stream for me, which it's massively appreciated. Yeah, it's not cheap to renew passports at all. And to get one, if you don't have one, it's even more expensive. So, we've got that done. And then I don't know what we're going to do for the arm yet. So that'll be a nice surprise. Let's see. Do we have a plan for the arm? There is actually an arm in here, which... see. Oh, it's a left arm. And we wanted a right arm. And then there's a hand and a knife. Okay, so we're going to have to steal one off of something else, but that's all right. I don't mind. I don't mind. Oh, that's worrying that something vibrated. So that's your arm. Let's see, I'm trying to find something that we can steal arm off of. We can steal your arm. Oh, she says, throwing it away. You do not want me to sing you a song at all. I cannot sing for love nor money. Really can't sing. So you do not want me singing at all, ever. Okay. I don't know if I've mushed that up or if it's going to work, but I think it will work. I'm just going to have to hold it. I don't know if you can hear Diego crying because he wants to be with me and my partner's telling him off because he's at the door crying. Yeah, that kind of worked in a weird sort of... Right, let's put that down and hope that that works. A bit of hobby karaoke. I mean, like, if you want to come on and sing for me, Pete, you could always come on and sing. I don't mind that. But me singing, that ain't gonna happen, I'm afraid. Me singing is just awful. So we did the one with the guy who's got like the back piece on. We did that, and it's kind of, I don't know how you'd be able to even remove, so it's got like a scroll on it, as if it's like pinned to his back, and it's really cool. It's just, we already have a character who has that, so... And it's done in just such a way that I don't think that we could even remove it and try and save it. But I am going to try and save it. Ooh, I think I did. Yeah, it's got a little bit of like sprain. But, yeah, no, that worked. That worked quite well. So, let's... So I'm going to assume that you might have seen my Kitbashing Zombies video that I put out on Saturday. And weirdly, someone commented saying that the picture on it is the most clickbait picture ever. And I was like, it's me holding the box of the things that I built on the video. So how is that clickbait at all? It like threw me. But yeah, so that was a comment. Let's see what I think we've only got one set of bottoms now, so like it or not, it's like that or nothing. So I suppose we will for now grab this set of bottoms and let's see how will that look together. So I don't want to do too many twists. That does fit on there quite nicely. I can't remember if this is the top that we did the bottom for last time though. But we will obviously amend it and make it so it's different. So even if we did, it'll still be different. Oop. I need to get into the habit of wiping that off because I've made such a mess with this sprue glue. So let's stick them two together for now. And I might do it. I've got to be mindful of the back as well, so hold them together. YouTube comments are an odd place to be. Yeah, I mean, some comments that you get are just like, I just delete straight away because they're like not very nice comments. One of the comments I find like really supportive and helpful, and then there's some comments that I leave because I'm not quite sure if it was like meant to be jokey and they just forgot to use emojis, or if it was like meant to be nasty. I'm not sure. Like, it really threw me. So I was like, I replied asking how it is clickbaity, and didn't get a reply. So it is what it is. And yes, I realise I haven't given any of these males heads yet because that's something that I want to look at separately. So for now, I'm just kind of focusing on bodies. And I'm going to be altering some of these bodies. So this is one of the back carrier ones that I'm doing right here. And I've just noticed, has like a gammy leg, which is really quite cool. I was thinking none of them really seem to have like leg deficiencies, but this one actually does. So I missed that before. But what part goes with you? Oh, I don't know why that did that. That's interesting. Yeah, let's do that and see if that works. Did it work? I don't know. Oh, there's a little, I don't know. So I'm trying to set up the macro key stuff, and I don't know. Had a few issues that I wasn't expecting, and then it worked, and now I don't know if it is working or it's not working. Oh, actually, it might be that I actually have to press the button. Bear with me just 1 second. Right, that should now work. I think so. Or if it didn't work, press that, see if that works. Nope, doesn't seem to be working. So it worked earlier on the test stream and now it's not working again. So I think we're going to have to set up for a stream deck after I've sorted out my monitors, and then there's something else that I want to get to try. So I am doing my coffee thing at the moment, and some amazing people have donated to me over on Coffee. And if that's something that people can afford to do or want to do, that is incredible. The link for that should be on the screen, and I have put a linktree link in the description. And I did just try to link it in the chat, but it did not work. I don't know why it did not work, but it didn't work. Let's try it again. Nope, that does not seem to be working. So that's really annoying because I spent hours sorting that. And okay, so this I want to try and glue so the rib cage is kind of like open, but I might have some issues with that. So I actually didn't want the sprue glue again. But yeah, so I've been watching, oh, I can't remember his name, Steve. Basically, he takes broken stuff and he makes it so it's not broken anymore. And he's really quite cool, but he's got this digital magnifier, and he puts stuff under that, and then he has it up on his YouTube. And I was like, that would work so well for models. But it is, at least to get a good one, probably about 135. And as I said, I need to get my monitor sorted first because those two are failing. I don't think this is going to glue how I'm hoping it would have glued. That's a shame. I think it will if I have the patience to sit and hold it for a prolonged period. But I'm thinking I can't be bothered to hold it and sit, because that would be really boring for you guys to watch me waiting for glue to dry. So that kind of worked, actually, having said that. Super cool. Yeah, the stream decks are super cool. Oh, actually, I've just thought I'm just going to try do something in the chat. What if we do... Oh, I can't iPad. Is it? Nope, that does a 1. What was command? Nope, don't know how to do an exclamation mark. Is it that one and that? Oh, yes, it is. And then link tree. And then send. Did that work? Because if that doesn't work, then that means the bot's offline for some reason, and I don't understand why. Yeah, that didn't work. So for some reason, the bot is not talking to my OBS, which is really frustrating because that literally worked. I went and washed my hair, came back, dried my hair, and now it's not working. What a surprise. So we have got that. So I cut out the stakey thing from the middle of that one. And so these women's bodies are really quite cool. And they in fact, all of the sculpts for these pieces are really nice. They're really done, like detailed, really, really nice. But if you get 2 of everything in a box, you're literally having, like, even if you add different arms and different heads, it's weird because the bodies are the same. So I am trying to make them a little bit more my own. Let's see. Trying to remember what I did. I should have watched the video before. I mean, I did bring the zombies with me, so I could just get them out and look. Yeah, I didn't realize she had a mangled leg either. She's got a vine growing through it. Did not realize that. Right. Okay, so let's cut you in half again. And then let's take... I'm going to take this body. So I just want to create like an army of unusual, not like what everybody else has, zombies. So I actually like you as you are. We will figure that out. That one was the one that I cut in half before. So I need a lower half torso. Maybe I will do that knight, but not as a knight. Yeah, it just seems very weird to me that there is just like a random knight in amongst like the zombies. And I thought maybe if you had like the skeleton knights or something, he could be kind of like a crossover character, I suppose. But generally speaking, it just seems a little bit weird. So yeah, this one does obviously have like the knight armor on the legs. And then I was planning on trying to add a female body to the top of that. And obviously we need to do some sanding to get that flat because I crushed it a little bit. So, hi! The zombies are super fun. Do I like ones? That is actually what inspired me to get these. I really wanted to get Cursed City, and I was like, oh, it's come down in price now. It's about £115, but it's still quite a bit of money. And I was like, I really want to paint those ones because they have like the graves on the back and they look so cool. And then about a month later, I discovered that this is a thing. So I was like, until I can afford to get Cursed City, I'm just going to buy a bunch of these boxes and do like Deadwalkers and go from there. So I do absolutely plan to get Cursed City. It is on my wish list. It's on my Amazon wish list. It's on my Wayland Games wish list as well, as something that I do want to get. That's not going to work. So it will happen at some point, but money right now isn't top of my priority because I have the monitors to do and puppies to sort and various other things. But yeah, the sculpts of them, I don't know if this is going to happen or not. But yeah, the sculpts for them are like really quite awesome. And I've kind of like just got to this point where if something doesn't work, cover it in Sprue Goo, put it to a side and see what happens later. And it's not bad. It's not been a bad... Yeah, right, okay, so... Right. If we did a torso, we would need to do a middle section, which is fine because I brought the drill. Oh, woof woof. I don't know what they're even barking at. There's nothing to bark at. I'm assuming you can hear them. You can hear him shout and shut up at the very least. But yeah. So I'm not sure how streams are going to be once he goes back to work, because I will have the dogs to look after myself and they get in absolutely everything. So I'll put that right way around. Yeah, so it'll be a challenge, but it'll be fun. And I have my mute button, so worst case scenario, we can defer to like a little break. But hopefully that's not something we're going to have to do, at least not today. So don't know how loud this is going to be either. And I brought my drill, but I left my pins over on my shelf because I don't think anything through. Right. And then this one, I want to get it more centered. And drill all the way through. Oh, that worked. Yeah, we did good there. Okay, 1 second, I will get a pin. You can, oh, I think they're in, oh, this box. I attempted to start making a bits box, and this is just like random bits that I pulled together. And so, getting organized. Oh, how do you open that? There you go, that's it. So let's grab a pin, and then we need some super glue, and one day I will just be 100% organized. So I ran out of super glue, and my partner kindly popped to the shop and got me these. And I used a full tube on just trying to do a little bit of crafting on Saturday, and I was like, that's not good. So I bought some different stuff, which I'm hoping will last a little bit longer. You love that drill. You have one yourself. So much better than the other. Yeah, it was a Christmas present a couple of years back. It's the Wow a pen drill by Wowstick. I don't really like the box that it comes in though, because basically, I'll show you. You take that out. Ignore that. So it literally comes like that, and then there's like a wire in there, and this is just like sliding around all over the place, and like you just put the lid on, and this is very yellowed. I left it in the sun. But yeah, I really dislike that. So I made a thing out of some foam so that it can all sort of sit in there really nicely. And this is how I think it should have come, with like some kind of thing for the pen to sit in. Yeah, so that's that. And we are going to get super glue everywhere. So these are really cute, like, but once you pierce the top and then you take this little bit off, kind of oozes out of the nozzle like dead quick, and there's not really much stopping it. There's no real control. Oh, yeah, that's a lot more than I wanted. And then it just keeps going. And I wasted so much glue on just that issue. So let's put that pin in there. That is way too much super glue. But yes, so. And then we'll pop you there while you dry up. So I don't know why I put the drill away, because what I did, and I did this on video, but I totally was off video when I did it, off the camera. So I just cut out a little square of sprue from the frame. And then I rounded it just a little bit. So it was just a little less square and a little more, that'll do. And then I took that drill, which, as I said, should not have put away. Also really enjoy that the end fits on it. Yeah, that's just nerdy like of design for the actual. And then I'm going to try and, nope, I'm going to have to do it on the mat. Just spin round. There we go. Nope, nope. There we go. Great, all the way through. And then that's going to create my center of my body. And we are just going to put some sprue goo on there with the super glue, and then I'm going to thread that on upside down just so it kind of creates like a middle section. And then we're going to put some more sprue goo on top, there's method to the madness. But yeah, I was so pleased when this worked out on when I did it on the video. I don't think I would have dared like kitbash on my first stream. I was very anxious about even doing this part. So that's kind of push them together. But I'm really excited for like kitbashing now. And I've been watching some kitbashing videos, and now I'm like very envious of people who have these incredible bits boxes. And it's like, I'm just starting out and I don't have all the incredible awesome bits that everybody else seems to have. And I've put that torso on backwards. So let's put it the right way around. I'll hold it. So yeah, so I'm sorry about the dogs. And fancy electric pin drill. Yes, fancy electric pin drill. As I said, it was a gift from Stuart a couple of Christmases ago. He bought me all kinds of fun stuff, and I shared it on my Instagram. He bought me this as well. And I'm still on the fence if I like it or not. It's the Redgrass Games thing. I think this just turns far too easily. I would like it if it clicked. Click, 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 click. But I like that it's magnetic, so it sticks to my metal thing. So it's small mercies. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that character. So let's put them back over there and we'll deal with that in a bit. And then I need to get the drill back out to drill the head. So I haven't decided fully on what head we are doing yet though. Right, so we don't need to do the knight anymore, but we can utilize his arm if we need to. And then let's see who's left. One of the females. Let's chop her a little. So I think I made this one into my shaven head burn victim lady is what I did with this one last time. So I'll be mindful of that. But I don't want to like keep cutting out all of them. And I did end up cutting that vine off at the top. So maybe we cut the vine off the bottom of this one. Yeah, that's not just going to come off, is it? Nope, there we go. And we're going to have to sand that. Or maybe we can scrape it and then sand. But I'm having a lovely time and they're going really well together so far. But I am quite mindful that I kind of feel like I'm speeding through it, but I've also noticed it's like gone half past, so don't have to worry too much. Not sure how long I'm going to stream today. Was thinking like an hour, maybe longer. Depends how long you guys want to put up with me. Let's see what's chat saying. Pete the Wargamer is absolutely amazing to watch. There are some really awesome kitbashers out there. I did mention in my other stream, Stu, who is the narrative painter, the narrative modeler, something like that. I'm really sorry. I will one day remember names, but names I struggle with. And he does incredible. Like he shows you how like he takes this like the named characters that like specialist characters, and then just uses like regular kits in bits from his affiliates shop. I will put all of this in the actual upload description once I actually upload. Let's see what's that. Yeah. And he's just incredible, like the way that he just puts things together, or you can just see it and see it how it goes together and what bits you need to make something really. I'm just like in absolute envy and awe of just how awesome what he is doing. So I would make sure that I would definitely link to him. And in my first live stream, I went back in and I added him to the description so you can find him. But yeah, he's part of the Chaos Crew, or the main guy from the Chaos Crew, if you know what that is, or you're on their Discord. I got a personal invite to their Discord, but I'm a bit shy to write in there, so I just kind of stick to my own Discord, which if you are not a member of, you should join because there's a proper chill vibe going on in there. And I set up a macro so I can hit press and you get the Discord link, but it's not working. So I'm just going to have to say my linktree is in the description. It's all in my Linktree. But yeah, join my Discord. Everybody on there is just so cool. There's a whole awesome vibe going on over there, and everyone's so nice. And I'm really lucky to be in such an awesome community that I created. And I still can't really believe that I created that community. Right, I don't know what I'm doing now because I'm busy talking, not thinking. But I will definitely check out Pete the Wargamer. I probably, like, the name sounds so familiar. I'm probably already following. But if I am not, I will rectify that. So yeah, so this character, we did the arm where she's carrying the arm, which is so cool. And then I fluffed this up for sure. So I definitely didn't use this piece, even though I wanted to, but I cut the wrong bit. So we will try using those arms and see what that looks like. So that's the main arm, that's that arm. And I've cut off a foot. I don't know if you saw me do that, but yeah, I cut off a foot. Decided she only needs one. And we will go from there. She's wearing like a big skirt thing, so... Right, we discovered if you glue one arm first, it works a lot better than if you try to glue the two. But you've also got to put it in a place where it will actually go. So that arm goes in there, and that bit goes on there. And hopefully that will stay there while I add a bit more of this. Oh, it seems to be, I'm doing better today. I don't know if it's practice. Does practice make perfect, as they say? Oh, nearly ruined it. So let's pop her down while that does a thing. Having 2 feet is overrated. Absolutely. Who needs 2 feet? Okay, so what have we got left? Okay, so we have this guy with a knife, and I was never too keen on the fact that he had a knife, so I think that can go. And he's quite difficult to get in to cut off. So, and he's got that. And he needs a front bit because he is one of the back carrier characters. I'm doing this off of my square again, aren't I, guys? I'm really sorry. Just need someone to yell at me like, square. Maybe we can set up a sound thing or something so you can put a thing on chat and it will come through. That is if my bot thing was working, which apparently it does not. I'm really narky that that's not worked, guys. I really thought I was onto something and I could show off and be like, I did a thing and look, it worked. I'm so excited. And I messaged Pete and my partner and I was like, it works. But no, it doesn't work. Just to upset me, just to show me up in the face of danger. What were we talking about? I don't know. I'll just press that, see if it works. Probably won't. I don't know why. The annoying thing is you have to actively be on stream to set things up. And it's like, well, I can't, like, you guys don't want to sit and watch me set things up. So I will figure it out one day. Still new, still learning. Right, are you the front part to that? It looks like you are. And going off book. So I don't quite know what goes with what. I'm just kind of guessing. And this looks like it's right. So we're going to go for it. And if it's not, oh well. We went for it anyway. I did the alternative chest piece for this last time. And yes, I don't think that's right. I should have dry fit it before testing it on this model. But yes, no, that is not gonna work. Okay, right. Lesson learned. What piece goes with you? Number 19. Number 19 is what goes with you. That was number 19. Okay, so why do you not work? Is she doing it? Nope. Why does that not fit if that is in fact the right bit? No, it really does not fit. Despite being the right bit. How bizarre. Is it this character? Yes, it's this character. I don't understand. Okay. Have I picked the... Nope, it's definitely that character. So why doesn't that fit? This is just all the stream's going to be now, is me being like, why doesn't it fit? Am I trying to put it on upside down? Is that the problem? No, it was definitely the way up. Actually, no, yeah, it was definitely the way up. Oh, I don't know. I do not know what's going on there. Worst case, we will just fill him full of sprue goo and... or chops. Let's chop the top half off and give him a different top half. That's what we're going to do. We are not playing games. We are... Okay, so there's the one with the scythe thing. But I don't want to do another with a scythe. Or maybe I do. No, we'll see. We'll see. Because I keep forgetting that I can paint these differently. And I'm not like, I don't have to paint them the same just because they look the same. Needs more sprue goo. Yeah. Maybe that's the problem. Just needs more sprue goo. So, and I fixed my thing now so I can sand without the camera being like massively shaky. Very proud of that. And so that's going to go on there. And I don't think we need to drill it. So we can just hopefully be a glue and do situation with all the sprue goo. Yeah, that's very, very goo. And it's holding. I'm trying to be mindful about being inside the square again. But, so yeah, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do. Oh, this might need pinning. I don't know if this is going to do. That's sort of working. I think I might need to hold it for longer or just put it down and come back. Is that gonna push itself off? No, I don't know. Well, we'll see. I don't know if you can see up there. Am I still alive? Yes, I'm still alive. I don't know why my thing seems to have crashed. Oh no, it's alright. So let's see. What am I doing now? Start doing heads or do some more bodies? I'm thinking we should start doing some heads and get some, right. Okay. I will one day learn where all these little bits of fluff and hair come from because, my goodness. I know some is sprue goo strands, and I mentioned that in my video. Right, okay, I think that... Yeah, I like that. He's all like weirdly twisted. Right, we need to get him a head. So, him a head, her a head, them a head, him. I think it's a him. Right, let's see. I definitely want to play around with heads a bit more because I enjoy doing like the double-headed thing. And then I'm very mindful as well that you can alter heads. So this one's kind of cool. I might go with that. I'll spend like an hour just picking a head. But having lots of fun designing these. And hopefully we can get onto painting them. So this week's YouTube video, all being well, is going to be me doing my necromancer character. I've got the 2 kits that I need for it, but I have not had a look yet to see if they will go together. I'm hoping they will. I'm assuming they will. Looking at them, theoretically they should. Oh, this head is more sticking to my fingers than it is to the character. Yeah, so there's no reason it shouldn't, but it might just not look right. So hopefully that's the video I plan to put out on Saturday. but no guarantee that oh, bloody hell. Lost his head. I don't know why I'm having such a difficult time with heads. It was arms last time, heads this time, and we've only done one so far. Right. I had issues with heads over the weekend, so that's what's in my head. Right, this guy. Okay, so what are we doing with this one? Definitely, let's see. I kind of want to do a multiple head thing or a split head thing. I really enjoyed the broken neck thing. I had so much fun doing the kitbashing before, and this time around is not much different. I'm having a lovely time. I've got to stop saying that. I've got to stop saying it. Right, okay, so we need to, what have you've got hair. Right, I don't know if we can, how, like, it was just an idea that we had. I don't know if, no, I don't think that's going to work. I think I'm going to have to cut it in half, but it might sprain the plastic or injure me. Like, one of the two things is going to happen. So, my double-headed fellow is pretty cool. Always use some pins on the heads separately and mess around with. Yeah, that's kind of. And then, like, I have an idea for this, but I didn't want to be doing too much drilling on the stream if I can help it, because in my head it was very noisy, but I don't actually know if it was or if it just, I thought it was. Let's see, what have we got? So we have this, and it's got a hand attached. This is me just trying to, I think that would work. And like the hand came off rather than the knife coming out the head. Is that a thing? Can that be a zombie thing, that the hand just came off? Why not? Rotten enough, I'm sure anything's possible. So this is going to be a lot of like hoping. Didn't hear, did you know? That's interesting. What about that? Did you hear that? I don't even know what sets them off. They just stop barking for absolute no reason. Okay, that's kind of working out. So I need to not lose that while it sets up. And that's going to be on that guy. Yeah, I still need to... I didn't decide on if I wanted to do a green stuff hat for which guy or both guys. Or so there probably will be a little bit more kit bashing outside of what I'm doing today. And then priming and then going from there. But yes, let's see. What am I looking for? Now, I don't want to do that head again. I did that head, but we can alter it again. I'm looking for, right, okay, I'm going to glue the other part of this female's arms on. And it's kind of already in place. So, just dump some of that there. And I was worried that I was using way too much Tamiya, but then I saw some people doing videos over the weekend and I was like, oh, nope, I maybe don't use enough of this stuff. Or the guy who was calling it Tamiya. And my partner was watching videos on how to do decals. And the amount of people who call them decals drove me mad. Like, I had to vacate because people calling them decals. Just absolutely, no. Decals. And if you call them decals, we might not be friends anymore. Because it's decals, not decals. Yeah, it really, really annoyed me. Thinking about it now. But yeah, not gatekeeping on how you say words, but decals. Right. I think this is gonna be, let's see which way. It's kind of looking cool. He looks a bit too like manly though for, yeah, I think that one's gonna be better, and I may actually just leave this one like without arms, like Stumpy. That's his name, Stumpy. And hope this sets up. And hope I'm in my square. And you can see what I'm doing. I don't know if this is a better setup and you can see a bit more of what I'm doing. I still kind of need to play around with stuff and try and figure out like better angles and how to improve things for the stream. But I'm hoping that you have some idea of what I'm doing. And maybe next time I could zoom in a little bit closer to the square. But I still need to remember to stay inside the square. So this is now somebody who's got boobs and a knee pad and no arms and a male head. Could be female, I suppose. And there's a knife that's stuck in it with a hand holding the knife. So, and then very, very thin anorexic kind of, oh no, did you see what I did? Kind of person. So I need to make sure that that's not going to come apart. Put a bit more goo in that middle bit. And hope for the best. Personal pet peeve of yours. What, people saying decals? Is that what annoys you when people mispronounce words like decals? Or is it something else that is a pet peeve of yours? Or Pup's no drill? Right, okay. So this didn't turn out too badly now, did it? It does want a little bit more. Because he's one who's supposed to carry something on his back. And I was hoping we could fill in that hole, but it doesn't seem, there we go. It just didn't want to seem to fill in. Right, okay, so back to the female. She's got arms now. Her arms seem to have adhered. She has her arms in some cuffs. Let's find a female-ish head. So we can do the one with the long hair. It puts me in mind of the Grudge bit. So we'll do that one. And I added this head to definitely a male body last time. Sorry. I think adding it to a female body this time. But we need to make sure that it... How is she going to stand? She's going to stand like that, or interfere with the hands. Okay, we will see. Let's glue this bit. The decals thing, yeah. See, it's a pet peeve when people call them decals. Decals. Like, where do you even get decals from? Like, I don't even understand how you can get that pronunciation from the word. But yeah, Stuart was saying that someone at work, or quite a few people at work, call them decals. And like within mere minutes, it was like near enough every YouTube video we watched was like decals, decals, decals. So has anybody had any experience with decals? Like, somebody said to me about using, I think it's called Microset, something like that. But he like watched some YouTube stuff, and it seems like Pledge floor cleaner stuff, which I use for varnishing polymer clay, is apparently like just as good, if not better. Or just use water. Or so yeah, I'd be interested to know if anybody's had any experience with decals and what your thoughts are. Right, so let's cut this pin down to like there. And these are actually for jewellery. So cutting metal with them isn't bad. Let's see, what am I looking for? Am I going to drill a head? Yes, I'm going to probably have to drill a head. What head? That's the question. A malish head. Let's do a malish head. So let's see. That one's kind of cool. That one's kind of cool. You could do the bald one. No, we did that one last time. I might just go for this guy again. So yeah, I kind of feel it's a little bit of a cop-out that you buy a box of like 20 models and basically it's like the same 10. I know there are extra heads and stuff. I didn't actually count how many extra heads there are, but I don't know, it just feels a bit kind of the repeats. And nobody actually mentioned that because I watched quite a few people unbox this. And, oh, yeah, right, okay. I'm going to have to cut that right down. Bye-bye. There that went. And this is why there's shards of stuff all over my desk. Yeah, Microsoft Microset, that's the one. They're really good. It's not something I really looked into because I haven't yet picked up any models or got interested in any models that really have decals. But he picked up some Chaos Marines, and I want to say it was the Terminators that have the decals. I could be wrong. Could be. He bought Chosen, Terminators, and something else, which we were surprised there was like a female character in that. I really like that. Yeah, this is looking really cool. It's kind of making me think of Scotland because it's a male wearing like what now can be a long kilt. I wonder if I have any skill at painting tartan, because that would be so cool. In my head, Pete is Scottish. Is that true? Every time I read messages from Pete, they're always Scottish in my head. Which apparently is something that no one else does. But yeah, I hear accents when I read things. Let's see what's left. Okay, so we've got this one, who was the one that we drilled before. So I might just leave them as they are on this one, but I don't want the knife involved. So we are again going to cut that arm off. Bye-bye. If you're putting them on a surface that has multiple curves, it softens them and makes them form the surface. Yeah, that's what I thought it would do. I don't know, like, just from the brief mention of what someone said to me once, and it was a very weird conversation because it went along the lines of, if you ever do decals, get this stuff because it's amazing, but I've never bought it or tried it because I don't want to spend money on something that doesn't work. And I was like, the whiplash for that one was like, so I had it mentioned to me, so I'm aware of it, but that is all. But if you say it's good stuff, I will believe you. Might make it into a video trying like the different, people have probably done that, but I'll do a video where we call them decals, not decals, and see how much of a mess I can make. That might be fun. So let's see what we got here. That's that arm that I just chopped off. Where are all the weird arms gone? All the good arms. What have we got? That's a right hand, and we need a left one. That's a left one, and we could grab that. Let me cut something off before. What was you? Of course you'd be a right hand. Why wouldn't you be a right hand? Okay, I might keep that in, figure out the arm in a bit, leave that for now. I was hoping to have something a little bit more viney, but I think, I don't know, have we got anything more viney? We've got an actual vine. Cut that and see if we can attach that on. And yep, I'm assuming that yep is you are Scottish. My sister's half Scottish. She was born upon the Isle of Lewis. No, she wasn't. She was born on Isle of Skye. But my stepdad's like half Scottish. And that's her dad. So, but she doesn't talk Scottish. She just sounds English because she's lived here most of her life. She did do Gaelic in school in nursery, but I don't think she'd even remember any of that. Although we were like once on the bus and these women were talking about my piercings, these elderly ladies, and my sister turned around and told me that they were talking about me, and they quickly shut up. But don't miss religious old people and not being able to do anything on Sundays because of religion. Do not miss that at all. You're biased, but it's the best place in the world. Have you been to all the other places in the world? If you've never been outside of Scotland, well, I know you have because you were at London this week, so. But I really miss living in London. I don't know if this arm's going to happen for me. I'm just kind of making a mess of it. Yep, I don't think that is going to stick. So let's try plan B. Very hot. I shut the window because I was worried that the neighbours were going to start doing the garden stuff again. Because it seems to be every time the nursery school's not in, which they're not in because it's bank holiday Monday. But every time the nursery school are not, my neighbours are like, oh, let's do our garden and see how much noise we can make. It's like, thanks. Just want one day. I suppose if I lived in Scotland or back up on the islands, I could have every single Sunday where nobody would be making noise for fear of the wrath of God and respecting the islanders. Don't know where I was going with that. Okay, that kind of worked. Where are we up to now? Who's got, like, I think we've done like 2 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads. How many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we do have 9. Okay, that's good. I was hoping we'd have 9. I was kind of hoping we'd have like a bicycle girl moment from like The Walking Dead, but we've literally got like 1 male torso that could work. And I might have a go at doing it anyway. And if you're not sure who Bicycle Girl is, it's if you've ever seen The Walking Dead episode 1, the very first zombie you see is like half of a woman like crawling across the floor in front of a bicycle. And that's why she's called Bicycle Girl, and that's who I'm talking about. Not a fan or anything, just happen to know that. I actually haven't seen like the last, is it still going? Haven't seen any of it in the last like 5, maybe 6 years. Last I remember, Rick was like in a helicopter. That's the last I remember. And I don't know what, like, I can't even really remember much of any of it. But yeah. So let's start building this up. And then put over there and see what happens. There we go. So we need a head, don't we? Back to the heads. So I did the head that's kind of got like a tongue sticking out of it, and I don't really like it. Like after I did it, I was like, And then this is kind of like a male version of that female version. She says, question mark. Is it female head, that one? Let's have a look in the book. Yeah, number 40. I'm not too much of a fan of number 40. And then there's a 34, which is like a male version of it. And we're going to go with that. She says. So I'm hoping that will go with this, and I think that's going to work. And to be honest, I kind of want to give him horns like he's some kind of demon devil, but that's not what we're doing. We're not doing demons. I might do some demons. Just having a really nice time exploring different stuff, to be honest. And then, of course, I do have my Battle Sisters custom homebrew thing to do, which once I am way better at painting than I am now, I will definitely be doing. And that's going to be cool. And I've got so many ideas and a whole like section on Notion to like where I wrote out all my ideas and geeked out over it. Avoided by flies. Yeah, since I shut the window, I just feel like there's more and more flies now. Don't know what that's about. Okay. That was a bit too much sprue goo in the wrong place. I've redeemed it. Redeemed it. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. Really like that. So happy bunny with that one. There's a spin-off with of Norman Reedus character. Yeah, possibly. Daryl Dixon's probably like my favorite character from it, but find me a female that doesn't say that. I know there's Fear the Walking Dead. I don't know if he is or isn't in that. I watched a few. I know Morgan was in that because he was more in that than he was, and then he came into The Walking Dead, but he obviously was in the beginning. I couldn't keep up. So yeah, let's see, where are we up to? Right, you don't have a head, and you can go in his place. And then so we've got 3 that need heads, and there's like 2 female-ish characters and a male-ish character. So what do we want to do? I'm trying to like, what if we have a look in this box at what heads we didn't use? So I just used that head on the other character. That's one that I don't think no, that's one that I haven't used at all. And that's it. Okay, so let's put you on you, she says. Okay, the head tilted back might be a bit weird, but I think it will still work. I don't know if I'm going to have to pin this though, because it's a different head for a different kind of body. Oh no, that seems to work. And I don't know if I am or I'm not in my square, and I feel like I'm mumbling. I've started mumbling, I'm sorry. Nothing new in chat. So there are quite a few people watching, so if you subscribe you can talk in the chat, and subscribing is free. So why not? Doesn't cost you anything and massively helps me out. And hopefully you'd say subscribed afterwards, which would be really cool. And maybe you will look in the description at my link tree and check out my Discord and my Instagram and my coffee. I think that's everything. I mean, you could go have a look at my Amazon wish lists if you really like, but not gonna push that per se. And then my affiliate information's on there as well. Must PSA that just so people know. Right, so what have we got here? We've got this arm that's having a tough time being an arm, so I think we need to make, oh dear, so I think we need to make that a little bit stronger of a connection. And then let's look for a head. So I kind of like the long hair, and I might just cut it shorter so it's like a different head. Ooh. So it's like a different head, and I keep doing these things off of camera. So let's cut her hair so it's kind of, let's do it angled but shorter. Don't know if we need that bit. Yeah, kind of like it. So what's everyone else up to? Other than obviously watching, listening. No worries, Pete. Pete has got a delivery. Because it's not Bank Holiday Monday in Scotland. I was hoping that my parcel would have reached him by now, but he hasn't said anything, so I assume it hasn't. Okay, I think that'll be cool. So let's add that in there. And then we're going to have to look at actually giving some of these arms, because more than not don't have arms. They have like branches. These weird vines. I hope I'm still on camera. And 5:15. Yeah, I'm just having like a really nice time, so I think I might just stay, and if you want to stay a while and listen, you can, and if you want to go, you can go. No hard feelings. But I'm going to be doing these anyway, and so as long as my batteries hold out. Yeah, right, she's cool. Right, arms. Let's do some arms. Right, I didn't do this big meat cleavery type thing. And might add that arm in. I quite like it. Don't know whose arm it's meant to be, but it's very long. So we might need to cut a bit off to make it make a bit more sense. And hopefully that will adhere onto there. She says, so I'm not really sure what my plans are outside of this. I am working on my Emily piece, which is a challenge entry. And I have some stuff coming in the post for art supplies for doing like grimdark stuff, and hopefully that's what I'm going to paint these lovelies up to be a little bit more on the grimdark style. But model wise, not got a massive plans. The Trench Twins did say they'd send me some Trench Crusade, and I'm not sure if that has or hasn't happened, if they've sent it or if they're going to send it or if they've forgotten. So I might need to check in with that. And I do have all the awesome terrain that I won from their giveaway to paint as well. Oh, I'm going to have to hold that. Yeah, so let's see. Okay. Open that with one hand. Yes. Apple Tango. Right, I think I could put that down now, so that's cool. So you've got a head, you've got a head, you've got a head. Have you got a head? No, you haven't got a head. So let's see, what head do you get? I might go with this one that kind of looks like it's writhing in pain kind of head. And I did want to do like another double-headed one, but I might have missed my opportunity to do that. Yeah, I think that will be really cool. Sorry. Let's do that. And then holding. Yeah, so it's still really knocked that the bot thing hasn't worked, because there's no reason why that shouldn't have worked, because it worked on the test stream. So that's really kind of annoying that it, for whatever reason, hasn't. I'll have to look into that. And hopefully maybe next time I stream, it'll be something a bit more fun than building zombies. It'll probably be painting zombies. And it'll work, hopefully. So yeah, so I'm really liking this character. His chest is kind of ripping open and he looks like he's in pain. Not too keen on all these vine arms though, so might have to just cut at those. I might leave that one as a vine arm. Right, did we have? So we could give him the pitchfork. How would that look? Don't know. Yeah, I might do the pitchfork facing down, but I might have a little bit of trouble because of the way that the plastic has sprained. So let's see. Back to answer your question, I'm just working on these steel jackets for, yeah, so are they for your Thursday gaming? And they look really quite cool. Or at least the picture you shared on Discord looked really quite cool. I'm glad you got your Amazon parcel stuff sorted and they're not delivering elsewhere now. I think this will work, but oh, I've knocked his head off. Blooming neck. Right, let's one thing at a time. Let's try and do the arm and get the arm to stay. And then, like, this is probably gone really boring now. It's like me struggling to get things to stick. But yeah, so hopefully I plan to get these done today anyway. So hopefully my cameras will last and I'll be able to stream for a while longer. But if I suddenly just go, well, you'll be able to hear the audio, so I'll at least be able to explain. And if you can't hear audio or see anything, it means there's a power cut. Oh, please just glue. I really want this arm to go on. But I might have trouble getting it to do what I want it to do. or they're just for fun. It's good to have some projects just for fun. That's why I was thinking with the Underworld Grandfather's Gardeners. I mean, obviously I have the one that I made Emily for the challenge entry thing. And then there is the... Oh, so I said I'm going to keep calling it a bloatfly until someone corrects me. It's finally happened. They're called rotflies. So now I know it's a baby rotfly. So I have the baby rotfly to paint. And I'm quite excited for that. I'm hoping this arm is going to stay here because I really like it. Might have to hold it. But yeah, if they're just for fun, then that's pretty awesome to have something that is just for fun. I do have that honor head, which I was going to paint just for fun, but now I'm kind of like, a few people were interested in watching me paint it. But I've never painted anything like that or done anything like that. So I might keep that for off camera just for me figuring things out. Because it is quite a sizable thing. The bust and also the head. And then it's figuring out if I want to do metallic metal or non-metallic metal. Because neither am I particularly good at. But it's all learning and I'm having lots of fun learning. Okay, I think this arm is going to stay. And I'm excited for that. So I'm just going to kind of put like... See, that's the other problem is like obviously reactivating when you add more on, trying to make it... Right, put it down. Oh, I can't put it down because... Excuse me, sorry. I can't put it down because that'll cause it to be pressure, so I'm gonna have to hold it, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to hold it. I'm really enjoying them so far. Maybe grab this, bring this over here. That hasn't fully set up yet, so that's going to need some more time. And then yeah, I've got like this little scroll thing, so I'm going to keep that in the bits box. Some of these bits I'm keeping, I think could be quite cool, kind of cool to use maybe in the future or as, what do you call it? Decor, like on the actual bases and stuff. And other bits I'm thinking are just rubbish, like little bits of what even is that. But yeah, so that seems to be working now. So we've got his arm done and we need to get that head back on because I'm not entirely sure how or why that head came off, or if it's because, oh, I know why, it's because it's a different kind of head, isn't it? And I should probably pin it, but we will hold that and hopefully... Oh, no, don't. I nudged the arm then. I was frightened that the arm was going to come off. So, I might have to use a little bit of sprue glue to kind of attach the neck to the head. Okay, I'm hoping that's going to work. And maybe we could stand him like using that box. Oh, no, that did not work. There we go, yay. So, where are we up to? You have one arm and no head. So let's see. One arm and no head. What head do you want? I feel like we've done all the heads now. So we've got like the bald female head. Might. Oh, we've got like this burn victim. Yeah, we might go for her and then chop at her hair. But so yeah, let's cut her hair off. Do I want to cut her hair off? I don't know. I'm gonna go for it. Don't know where that went. Okay, and then nobody's talking in the chat, and I feel awkward. So I'm just gonna keep talking to myself. Let's see, I'm gonna angle this head. See if I can get stick at an angle. Because that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I quite like that. I feel like she needs another arm, but no, maybe we'll just do her as well. She's got one arm. And there, that's how she is. She's not gonna stand up. Nope, she wants to lay down. Okay. So I think that's everybody now, which is really cool. And then we can start looking at. So you are twisted. Really quite cool. That vine needs to come off of that arm. Do we want to keep that arm? Not really. But yeah, the vine bit needs to come off. This guy is so twisted. That's really cool. And then I'm just going to texture up his... I don't understand why the arm, like, why the skin is, like, as smooth as it is. Like, that doesn't make too much sense to me. Okay, and then we've got that one. Nope. I realised I'm off camera there. Right, so we've got her who's got no arms. Is that the theme of this stream? Just don't give them arms. I kind of like her without the arms. I don't want to give her vines, I just don't want her to have arms. Kind of want to chop their other arm off. Yeah. Bit too happy at doing that. Right. And then we need to secure her because her top and her bottom. This might be something that I end up actually going back in and pinning because I don't know how well this is going to stay. It should. But she was a bit wobbly then when I was filing her. But that might just be because I was like filing her. Right, this one's got one arm. Really quite like as is. This one, it's got the vines and stuff going on. I don't know, I feel like it's a bit too, we've done this already. Let's maybe have a look what's left on here. So, right hand. They all seem to be female right hands. Or we could cut it off, or we could... I've got some other bits going on over here. What are these? Right, that's a left hand. That's a female left hand. Oh, we've got the big sword thing. Yeah. Okay. Whereabouts do I need to cut him to make that happen? So I think cut him just above the elbow. I'm going to give him a giant sword. I was thinking of an idea, the headless guy with a pitchfork, his head being attached to the pitchfork. He's having a real bad day. His head is already kind of like split open. Sorry, his chest is already like split open. And I think it's a bit late now because I've kind of done it. Oh, and he's stuck on the box. So here kind of looks like this. I don't know how well you can, if I do that, I don't know how well you can see, and there's like obviously a delay in the stream. But yeah, so his chest split open and he's got like the pitchfork and his head's tilted back, so he's like screaming. I mean, I could add a different head to the pitchfork, so that's not completely out of the question. So let's see. But thank you for the suggestion. I really like it. I like when people have thoughts. Okay, so right, I want this to go here, but have I not cut it enough? I think I've cut it enough, but not filed it. Try not to break the sword. And yes, I realise I'm probably off camera. Right, there we go. And then, ooh. I'm hungry. Like, what are we going to do about food? What time is it? 5:30. And I have no clue about food. Not really thought that far through. Okay, that kind of worked. I wanted the sword to be like a little more, well, I wanted it to be behind him was what I was going to say. That wasn't what I expected to happen though. Right, let's bring the arm back in. And I want it to be like a little bit more of a natural. I think I've cut this arm too short, guys. But maybe it's a maybe it's a perspective thing and it just looks short. Let's see. Looking good. Oh, thank you. I'll assume you meant the pitchfork eye. Okay, what does that look like? Does that look weird? Yeah, because, oh, whoops. His arm's kind of backwards. That's not a natural pose, is it, at all? No, that would have to go on. I don't want him to be, like, starfished out. That's going to have to be starfished out, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Still wanting them to make some kind of sense, even though some have got like vines for arms or missing limbs entirely, or yeah, maybe that'll do. Maybe. Let's see. Cool, you're cool. I'm gonna put these two knifey bits in there. I really like that one. Let's have a look in my box, and I realize I'm going to be off. Oh, well, thank you, iPad. That was very kind of you. Let's see. I have some chain in here, but have I got any chain that is small enough? Oh, I've got tons of chain that's small enough for what I want. That one. Okay. And let's just cut a little bit of chain. Let's see. And then I am going to have to super glue this, so I need to think it through so I don't do something stupid. And thinking it through. Let's put the chain on the end of there. The glue's already wanting to ooze out. Okay, that did not do what I wanted. Like, okay, I wish I had some scrap. There's some scrap. So, lid. Okie dokie. And then I'm hoping we can dip the chain, the end of the chain, into the glue, which for some reason the glue is resisting the chain, and then attach this onto the shackly pieces so it can be a thing. And if not, I'll just have to get some pliers and open it up and then attach it that way and then go through there. But I'm hoping this glue will set up and it will look really quite cool. Yes, that worked. I don't know how well you can see that that worked, but that did work. So wonderful. And then I'm going to put that there. Right. Okay. Let's see what's next is... I think that's more or less it. See, yeah, everything on here looks like it is graves, so, and then that's set up, that's set up, that's set up, that's set up. Let's move that up there. So I think it's just waiting for glue to dry, and then sorry. And then it is, yeah, that's more or less it, I think. So let's see, let's put the lids on these so we don't knock them over. But it has been a fun hour and nearly 40 minutes. So we have this guy who is like really twisted, and he's kind of all over the place, twisted up. And then we have this lady who has no arms and a knife in her head. And pretty cool. And then we have another lady who I cut the hair so it's kind of short. She has one arm and she's kind of cool. Haven't really come up with the names of these characters yet. This one's another one where I cut the hair. And she has two vine arms. And this one is going to be like a back character, I think. Well, she is one, but I think she probably will become one. This guy who has got a kilt tie, it might be a bit long for a kilt. Yeah, you get long kilts though, don't you? I really like his face. Really like that character. And there's this guy who, I'm not sure about the sword, if it works or not. It's kind of starfishing out. But yeah, so he's cool. And hopefully you can see that. Then we have this one who's got a scythe. I didn't really want to do two with a scythe, so I may alter this up further. Or I might just have two with scythe type, sickly type see, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got this guy who's got the pitchfork. He's having a bit of a hard time. And I might have to go back in and add a bit more to the arm to make sure that it stays on there. And last but not least, we have our girl that I cut the foot off of. And she has a chain that sort of hangs down off these shackly bits now. And she's pretty cool as well. And then of course we have this one, which I need to add a head to, and I wanted to add more body, but the sprue goo, it's taken a bit of time to kind of set up. So I think that's something that I'm going to have to work on off camera to replace that knight, because yeah, I've decided I do not like that knight. So I will do something with that. It will have an extra head and some like entrails behind it, and it will be its own character piece is what I'm going to do. Sorry. After that, it's kind of just a case of making up a bits box, deciding what bits I want to keep, what I don't. Still have to decide about the back carriers fully. Haven't decided which of any of these are going to be that. So yeah, so I think that is going to be it. That's going to be me. So I had a lovely time. I am very hungry. I don't know if you can hear my stomach being like, food, feed me, woman. No idea what food yet. No idea when I'm going to be streaming next. All kind of up in the air. Do have puppies to take care of now, so that may be a little bit difficult. Might become a thing that I do either late evening or on a weekend when my partner's around to like watch the puppies, dogs, etc. Might have to do that way, which sucks because I really wanted this to be like a Monday to Friday daytime thing, but it's gonna have to be what it is for now, and then eventually I can come back to doing what I wanted to do. So yeah, so I hope you've had fun. I've had lots of fun. I will edit and sort this video out so there will be a live replay, and I will be building that necromancer to hopefully get up on Saturday's video. And if you don't see it on Saturday's video, it's because it did not go well. But it will probably mean that I have 2 characters to build instead, and so I'll put one of them up. So there will be a video on Saturday. So yeah. Anyway, lovelies, thank you so much for watching, and I will, what am I going to do? I press that button? Yeah. So, if you haven't already, then definitely check out my Instagram and my other social medias. You can find everything via linktree, which is minis. And yeah, I think that's everything. So check out my coffee, check out my Instagram, check out. If you want to hear more of me, which I doubt you will do, there are plenty of YouTube videos that you could go watch. If you did not see the first live stream, you could go watch that, where I built the first 6 zombies, and then I have a video where I altered those 6 and I kitbashed some more, so making 11 total. Here I've got another 9, so that should make a party of 20, because you can't math. But as I said, I'm going to take that night out and I'm going to alter this piece. And if you're interested in how that turns out, make sure that you are following me on Instagram. I will also probably upload a little short and a reel. So reel on Instagram, short on YouTube, and that'll do it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.